Hello my beautiful and amazing people, badass dogs on agents, Uncle Butcher in the building with another crazy setup. Today I will show you first a sight named assault rifle in use you have never seen before. And I think you're gonna love this build. And I actually named this build YOLO because just look at this footage. At certain points in this game you just YOLO it. You just run into the action and do all the dirty work, and this build will allow us to do that because when we are out of cover we're gonna heal thanks to bloodsucker talent, gunner specialization and sanitation modifier. When we will take the cover, UMBRA will heal us as well. So this perfect cycle of never-ending armor, and you should never die. And also UMBRA will deal quite a bit of DPS, and if you are familiar with first sight named assault rifle, you know that this bad boy has increased headshot damage. Although my aim is terrible, I really can't use this buff at all, but if you are a decent player you should completely enjoy this build like there is no tomorrow. Obviously you have to support this build with OVERDOGS new gloves, which will add additional TS system to the game. We will amplify our damage, and that's pretty much it. Survivability, DPS, crowd control with fire, headshot damage, and crazy assault rifle. Why this combo works really well in this set? Because first sight named assault rifle has really slow rate of fire, and UMBRA will help us with that. When we will get out of cover, not only we will get additional crit damage but increased rate of fire. Don't forget that additional headshot damage. Base damage value is crazy because this weapon is based on AK Kalashnikov. Yeah, this is how we pronounce it, Kalashnikov. So AK is extremely strong assault rifle, though rate of fire is miserable, and UMBRA will fix that issue. As you see at my old footages, like for month now straight I'm playing heroic missions with almost all directives applied, legendary difficulty, strongholds and summit again with pretty much all directives applied except one which limits our ammo and forces us to use pistol. I hate that directive. But before we continue, a quick word from the sponsor, Deem.net. If you don't have enough time or good teammates but you still want to have all the best items in your game, then Deem.net is set for you. They have absolutely amazing team on consoles. They will complete your orders super quick. If you will use my promo code RBD for RBD, you will receive 15% discount on absolutely all service. Amazing deal, especially when right now they have some crazy sales going on, so definitely check these guys out. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate, drop your comment down below in the comment section or contact the operator, and the rest will be the history. But now let's get back to this build. And like I said, this one is really strong build, especially when you have in the mix bloodsucker talent, which will give you quite a bit of bonus armor. You can always take cover, you're gonna heal yourself as well. Gunner specialization. For DPS purposes I'm using killer talent, which will add crit damage. Crit chance will not be a problem because UMBRA and CHEATCODE will give us crit chance necessary to proc killer talent pretty much with each kill. For specialization though, we're gonna use here gunner. Why? Because we need that armor on kill. Increased rate of fire on kill is really important aspect when you are using AK, maybe LUD, or in this case first sight named assault rifle, because RPM is atrocious. And that's why I think it's perfect fit with UMBRA gears, because UMBRA will increase our not reload speed but rate of fire quite a bit. When we will get out of cover you will instantly notice it. So it's really hard hitting assault rifle. Although I'm broke with materials, I'm not able to optimize it, add any expertise levels on this bad boy. Even without those expertise levels, a simple named assault rifle, which would get any normal new player, I can hit up to 1.5 million with all the stacks applied, with OVERDOGS kicking in, and with Hello Ammo bullets from this season modifiers. 1.5 million, that's pretty nasty, especially When you consider increased rate of fire as well, this build starts to shred through the enemies quite easily, and the heroic missions, again with all directives applied, will be kinda joke. Even when you are behind the cover, but remember, when you are behind the cover, you are constantly healing, so this is still pretty much untouchable setup, and when you are out, you are out there. Like I said, it's YOLO setup, YOLO. And just for fun purposes, my second weapon will be Sweet Dreams, just one tap non-elites and make fun of them. We don't really need secondary weapon, it can be whatever you want, Pestilence, Sweet Dreams, Iron Lung, St. Elmo's, doesn't matter. But Iron Sight, First Sight, will give us that crazy headshot damage boost as well. We have more than 100% headshot damage in this build. We have crit damage, crit chance, health damage. So yeah, a really overall strong setup. For the gear itself, I'm using 4 pieces from UMBRA. Chest piece will increase the amount of stacks we can get from UMBRA. We will get obviously mask, holster, and knee pads. In this setup, I'm not using Turmoil Cheshka knee pads because we don't really need those. We have sanitation modifier which will apply burn to nearby enemies, and with that we're gonna heal ourselves and kind of stop enemies from shooting at us and use that precious time to take every enemy out from the server. So in my eyes, this is perfect synergy. Chest piece really strong for mods, crit damage mods. Once you reach 50% crit chance, everything else you can invest in crit damage. Although on my assault rifle I have stability attachment instead of crit chance. 5% crit chance or 30% stability for me is a no-brainer. I rather lose that little bit of crit chance but add way more stability, and now I can hit enemies more efficiently with more bullets. Every day of the week I will use stability, because when you're gonna use this weapon you will instantly notice that bullets are spreading quite far away, and if enemy is in a distance you will miss quite a bit of shots, especially on consoles. So stability or weapon handling attachment can do you quite a bit of favor on this setup. So yeah, I took out my crit chance and added additional stability, or you can go with accuracy, but I would go with overall weapon handling boost or stability. So yeah, I lost my breath, goddamn, this build took me away. For the backpack I'm using Cheshka to get crit chance. Crit chance is really important in this build because our main DPS talent will be Killer. Killer will be procced only with critical hit kill. So you should get around 50% crit chance. Ideally, someone in your team would run Coyote exotic mask that would add, or I shall say, it could cap out your crit chance pretty easily. Even without that, you should be just fine, and you should proc killer talent effortlessly. Because like I said, UMBRA will give us crit chance and Cheshka backpack. I'm using Bloodsucker talent, but if someone wants more DPS, obviously you could go with Fenris backpack and Bloodsucker talent, but then you will lack a little bit of crit chance. In that case, I would recommend you maybe to use Optimist, or maybe something like Close and Personal talent. Yeah, to give yourself more weapon damage. Butcher drops the mic. Stay safe, love you all, and don't forget about OVERDOGS. OVERDOGS will give us quite a bit of amplified weapon damage as well. New TS system. For the skills you should use a shield and Reviver Hive, or maybe Reviver Hive and Decoy. Again, it depends on your preference how you want to run this setup. It's simply a template, and like I said, I will try to cover all the forgotten named weapons in the game and create perfect builds for those weapons. Bye.